You're gonna fail again. This isn't healthy or sustainable. Just eat a normal amount every day. Disgusting. Currently, I'm 17 hours and 23 minutes fasted, 17 hours, 24 minutes fasted. Yes, my diet has gotten better over time. Yes, I eat a lot cleaner than I used to eat, but those old habits, they're still there. If I leave them unchecked, it's gonna come for me. This is why accountability is so important to me. I also know that 22 pounds isn't 22 pounds of fat. Let's be clear of that. Most of that is going to be water weight. And I'm about to do a 60-ish hour fast, 65-hour fast. So I'm fasting until Thursday. I did go for an hour plus walk today and just trying to get back into the swing of things. And honestly, that's what this is about. This is about me going and doing it again and going through the consistency and being accountable and showing up. I will continue to evolve and adjust and tweak my diet, my exercise, everything that I'm doing, my fasting routine, the way I refeed. I just have to keep going. I have to keep showing up. Good morning, everyone. I'm wearing a hoodie today. It's supposed to be 65. It honestly feels a lot hotter than that. I could have been fine in a t-shirt is what I'm saying, and some shorts, and I'm wearing these pants here. Okay, wasn't trying to give you a crotch shot there, but just letting you know I'm wearing warmer clothes when I didn't need to. This person right there, shorts, see? Should have worn shorts. Anyway, it's a pretty good morning. I think 30 something hours fasted. I'm not exactly sure. You'll see it on the screen wherever I'm at. Feeling good. Had a lot of sleep last night, which I felt like was sorely needed, even though I've had vacation. So feeling good this morning. I am going for at least an hour walk, maybe an hour and a half, and then gonna be lifting later today when I get a chance. I do have some free time in between coaching, so that is my plan. Otherwise, it's just a regular day. Okay, I'm gonna cross the street and I'm looking weird holding this phone with other people looking at me, so gotta go. Good evening, everyone. I am currently 42 hours and 2 minutes fasted, feeling pretty good. Haven't really felt any hunger in the last pretty much the entire time I've been fasted, which is really surprising given the fact that I have eaten 5-ish days in a row, right? Had gained all that weight, and as soon as I get back into fasting mode, I just kind of power through it. Luckily, not having hunger pangs, so I'll take it. But what I'm gonna do right now is actually answer a few questions or comments, the spicy ones, that people have left on my last video where I gained 22 pounds in 5 days. Let's begin. So, do you plan to ever just start living your life, or are you resigned to either binging and or fasting forevermore? Number one, I'm already living my life. Who says I'm not living my life? Just because I'm fasting doesn't mean I'm not living my life. If eating every single day means that's how you have to live your life, well, I disagree with you. When you say resigned to binging, let me stop you there and tell you that I'm not binging. I eat to satiety. I do not binge. There is a complete difference between eating to satiety, which is around 6,000 calories per refeed for me, versus binging, which I could do 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, who knows. When it comes to binging, I will eat until I am no longer hungry. I am just forcing the food down. I'm not forcing the food down when I do my refeeds. That's not how this works. I don't have to eat every day to quote unquote live my life, and I'm not binging. Next, I think you'd experience more sustainable results if you cut your 6,000 calorie refeeds by like 75%. I commented on this earlier, and yes, of course, if I cut my calories, I would of course experience better results because I am putting myself in a caloric deficit. But you know what? I've tried that before and it doesn't work. I've tried to limit my calories to 2,000, 2,500, 1,500, you name it. I've tried it, it doesn't work. It's pretty ridiculous that you keep experiencing the same results and haven't changed your ideology on eating whatever you want. How much of my content have you watched? Have you not seen the way that I've eaten has changed over time? Sure, I get to eat whatever I want because I don't want to restrict myself, but that doesn't mean that the way of eating, the way I've been eating, hasn't changed over time, because that's not how things have been over the last, I don't know now, since I probably started versus what I was doing years ago. Use a refeed protocol to control your cravings. I'm already doing that. I already have my own refeed protocol. Are you just watching this vacation video and think this is how I eat every single day? Because that's not how I eat. Start with bone broth for the first hour, 2 coffee mugs full. I don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to drink 2 coffee mugs of bone broth? That's not what I want to do after fasting. Then an avocado and sauerkraut or kimchi for fat and probiotic gut health. I mean, here's the thing. These are probably all great ideas, but it's not what I want to do. Maybe eventually in the future, I will change the way I'm eating, but right now, I love my salads, I love my roasted vegetables, I love my Brussels sprouts, I love my cashews, and I don't see anything wrong with that. I love my bananas and pineapples. You need to look at your microbiome and start diving deeper into your health beyond diabetes and weight loss. You don't think I'm considering that? My high blood pressure that's been reversed? Is it not about that either? I went to the doctor, I got my blood work done. My numbers were great. For some reason, there seems to be an acceptable number for calories consumed and hours fasted, and that's not how it works. If I had followed what everyone had told me to do in the past, there is no way that I would have lost this weight. There's no way that I would have sustained the weight, maintained this weight, kept it off. Next, is this actually sustainable? You tell me. It's been almost 11 months. Is that not sustainable? It's starting to look like fasting as long as you do, as often as you do, leads to burnout, leading to comfort eating. Okay, so in 11 months, you've seen me talk about burnout once. In 11 months. In 300 plus days, I've talked about it, saying that, hey, I might be experiencing burnout for the last week or so, followed by weight gain and then extreme fasting again to get it back off. I've done 3 vacations, staycations in the last 11 months. And sure, I've gained weight just like most anyone does when they go on vacation, when they eat back-to-back days, when they loosen their restrictions when it comes to eating and eating whatever they want. So yeah, I have gained 15 pounds, I've gained 20 pounds, but most of that is not 15 pounds of fat or 20 pounds of fat. For example, it's only been a day and I'm already down 8 pounds from the 22 pounds I gained. When you talk about extreme fasting, what is extreme fasting to you? Was it my 90-hour fasts? Was it my 65-hour fasts that I'm currently doing on a not as often basis? Currently rotating between 42-hour fasts and 65-hour fasts. Is that what extreme fasting is for you? Should I be doing 16 hours instead, OMAD instead, ADF instead? Well, I am doing ADF at this point. I think if anything, this is kind of proving that for long-term success, you truly have to let go of the foods that aren't serving you. And what foods would that be when you watch me refeed? During my regular refeeds. If you're a longtime viewer, please tell me. Is it the roasted zucchini and carrots that I eat on my refeeds? Is it the Brussels sprouts? Is it the added Italian sausage I put? Is it the cottage cheese with protein powder? Is it the bananas and pineapple? Are those the foods that aren't serving me? Is it my tin of cashews? Is it my protein bar? Oh, it's probably the pumpkin pie I have at the end. Too much, right? Not serving me? Should I just eat perfect? Should I eat completely healthy? Or did you just watch this video of the vacation and see me eat random food because I was on vacation and I was trying to show transparency and be accountable for my actions? You're gonna fail again. This isn't healthy or sustainable. Just eat a normal amount every day. Disgusting. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm currently 59 hours and 54 minutes, almost 55 minutes into my fast, almost 60 hours at this point. Later this afternoon, I am actually going to be breaking. I typically break in the evenings, but I'm going to be doing it earlier today because I have an event to go to. So instead of my 4 to 6 hour refeed, this is going to be longer. It's going to be somewhere around 8 hours, maybe 10, maybe 12. We'll see. Just going to try to be mindful as my day goes on during my refeed. This fast, this 60-hour fast that I am about to finish, hasn't really felt like much at all. It's been pretty easy. I don't know if it's because I have just eaten so much during my vacation. I don't know if it's because I just have that fasting muscle, that fasting experience, but either way, I can't complain. I wish all my fasts were this easy, but to be honest, a lot of them lately have been pretty normal. they haven't felt like much at all. And I want to talk about that really quick. Just because I do these 60-hour fasts, these 65-hour fasts, just because I've done these 90-plus-hour fasts, does not mean that you have to. Just because it works for me doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. And I do believe that's something that a lot of people have a hard time understanding. Just because I eat 6,000 calories in a refeed doesn't mean that you have to. I have never told anyone to eat the way I do. And for those who have just watched a tiny bit of my content or who have not followed my journey from the beginning to where I'm at right now, the way I've been eating, the way I've been changing my diet, the way I've been trying to reduce my calories, control my calories, that has changed over time, whether you want to believe it or not. And that's okay, because this is my journey, right? This isn't your journey. Nobody is telling you to do it the way I'm doing it. And I know I'm not gonna please everybody here. That isn't what I'm trying to do, but it's just funny to see it go from you're not going to lose that weight to this isn't sustainable, to you aren't going to reverse any of this isn't how it's done, to this is more than just about your weight. Guys, I am sharing my journey with you. I am being as open, as honest, as transparent as I can be. And maybe because I am being that completely open and honest, it probably brings a lot of people who see this and say, that's not normal, I don't like this, let me tell you why. And I suppose that's to be expected. All I know is that this is the only thing that I've done that has allowed me to lose this weight and keep it off for almost 11 months. I know that what I'm doing has reversed my type 2 diabetes, has reversed my high blood pressure, has reversed my depression, has reversed me just staying at home and doing nothing all day. I don't want to live my life that I had 2 years ago. I've been the healthiest and happiest I've been in a long time. And just because it's not your traditional, normal, traditional way that other people do it, doesn't mean that you get to take that away from me. Nobody will be able to take that away from me. My goal in what I'm doing is to continue to be happy and healthy in whatever way I can. That means that the way I have eaten has changed over time. The way I exercise has changed over time. But I also know I'm not gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna be that influencer with a six-pack. Instead, I'm gonna be that 43-year-old guy with some loose skin who has lost 100 pounds at 5'3", who has to eat 5, 6, 7,000 calories to satiety, who can fast for a long time, who can still exercise, can still lift weights, can still go to work, can still live a normal life wearing boys' clothes at Target and be okay with that. Everything else, that's on you.